Speaker. Now then, it is absolutely ridiculous that the Labour Party have brought this opposition day debate here today and then send 4 of their own backbench MPs. It's an absolute scandal. But it's worth pointing out that since I've been in this place, they've voted against every single measure to increase sentences for criminals like murderers and rapists. So they really do have a cheek, Madam Deputy Speaker, when it comes to talking about community payback, especially after my own experiences in the past, when Labour MPs and supporters are actually calling for my head, calling me some sort of right-wing fascist, when I had the temerity to suggest that criminals should go to work for a living and pay taxes and work hard. This was just before the election in 2019. I was working with residents on the council estate in Sutton Ashford, the Corsic council estate, and they'd had enough. They were having problems with antisocial behaviour, with criminals who were making their lives a complete misery. So this was just a handful of no-good villains who the council thought it was a good idea to put in pensioners' flats and pensioners' bungalows, so they were trying to integrate them with old-age pensioners. But it didn't work. It's not fair. I don't think it's fair. So my suggestion was pretty simple. Make these criminals go to work. There's a shortage on our farms, in our agricultural industry in this country, so the answer is quite simple. Do some graft, earn a wage, pay some taxes. And this just might stop these people from causing trouble, from going out thieving and robbing people. I've got to give way.
Member for giving way. When he talks about hard graft, does he agree that actually making birthday cards and greeting cards is actually a suitable punishment for criminals?
I thank the honourable member for intervention. No, I don't think that's a good way of criminals doing community payback. Of course it's not, but during a pandemic, during a lockdown, when people have got to stop inside the house, then you've got to find them something to do. So for that period of time, I would say yes, get them to do some work, like making PPE. That was a great thing that it was doing. So this have not been through normal times, but like I say, imagine the outrage from the party opposite when I said all this stuff about people going to work. Going to work, the outrage, it's incredible. They said I wanted to open up gulags, forced labour camps, just asking for people to go and pick vegetables. They said it was cruel to make people to go work on farms. Yet they said it's not cruel for immigrant labour to come in and pick fruit and vegetables on farms. And what is it? Do you just not like immigrants? Is that what it is? Because that's how it appears, that's how it looks. It's not cruel for people to go to work and work hard and pay taxes and contribute towards society. It is the right and decent thing to do in any civilised society. And we all know that the Labour Party opposite are trying to rebrand themselves as a patriotic, low-tax party of law and order who are tough on illegal immigration. What a load of nonsense that is. Even they're laughing right now. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. They need to make their minds up, because these are the same MPs that just a while back were saying that we shouldn't deport foreign criminals at Christmas time because it was cruel. I think it's a great Christmas present, deporting criminals. The people in Ashfield think that's brilliant. Absolute nonsense. I was in here when you all said it. It was absolutely out of touch with the decent, hard-working people, tax-paying people in a place like Ashfield. You shake your head all you want, but you're completely out of touch. This party opposite, they voted against every single measure to lock people up for longer. They should be ashamed of themselves, Madam Deputy Speaker. I know they think I'm going to rant and I like picking on them, but I don't. I like to be sensible, I like to be calm, I like to be measured and put a proper argument across, and they did, chuntering away. This is great. So I would hope that the government actually would listen to some of my suggestions on this and take on board what I am saying, because we've got criminals in this country, up and down the country. They're living rent-free in social housing, and every day they're making people's lives a misery in this country. It's true. And I'll say it again, I'll stick to my words. These people do not deserve to be given free housing. They should work for a living, whilst we've got decent people on the waiting list. Now, while I feel that community payback is a great idea, and the government's doing great things and investing millions and millions of pounds, it's absolutely fantastic. I would hope the government would look at something a little bit more long-term to solve this problem we've got. So I'm going to stick to my guns. And as I've said before, we've got a massive shortage of labour on farms in this country. But the good news is we've got a massive pool of habitual, bone-idle, self-entitled criminals who are a drain on this great society of ours. So when the payback's finished, how about, government, if you're listening to me, that these people are sentenced to 40 hours paid work a week for the rest of their life until they're retired? Imagine that. Send them into meltdown. That's me done, Madam Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much.